Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to Mary's Little House. It's so good to have you. I have a special of Cindy's song today, Cindy's song number 16. First of all, I'm holding a beautiful cup and saucer set. I got it at the thrift store. I couldn't believe my eyes. The colors, as you see, it's got cherries on it. It's a fall colors, but the yellows are so beautiful, and the light greens and the wisps of browns. It's just a lovely one. It's in perfect condition. It cost me about $1. They gave me a break there because I'm always there at St. Vincent de Paul's thrift store in East St. Louis. But let me show you the saucer that sort of brings out the design that's on the cup. It's just a lovely. Do you see the two trees on the side? Those are the cherry trees. Then the yellow and the precious lime green, and of course the cherries. It's harvest time. Just lovely. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. It's just a delight for the eyes, and I'm sure it makes the tea taste better. Well, that's an introduction to what I have to talk to you about today. Peanut's here on my lap. That's why I've only got one hand, because he's drooping over my left hand here. So, this is another thing too. This will get you. This is a relish fork. You recognize it. Well, my point is little things. Relish forks are little things. I used to always be amazed when I went to a dinner or something, and they'd have a relish dish with this special fork. They didn't use another fork like you have next to your dish. It was a little teeny. It's got little prongs, 3 prongs on it. And I thought, my goodness, the impracticality of that. I'm sure it's practical because it'll hit the pickles easier than a big fork. But it was just something little, but something, the little things. And that's what I'm calling this Cindy song number 16. A master of the little things, or mistress of the little things. Anyway. She was for that. She sweated the details because she loved. She wanted to do it right. One time I put up the external Christmas lights outside. They were like icicles, and all in the front of Mary's little house. Well, I had some extra Christmas lights that it covered the front house, all the gutters, and all. And there was a fence next to that house, so I discontinued. Can't waste those lights, so I discontinued and put them on the fence. Well, that looked horrible. To Cindy, she couldn't believe I did it because it a nice orderly string there, but then all of a sudden it goes down into the fence. It just looked like to her it was just a shame, and she had me take them all down and do it right. So anyway, that's she sweated the details, and she did it because of love. I've always been saying that when we love, we have to make our love incarnate because we are human. We have a body. We're corporeal. What we know comes through the senses. So as you can't, we're not spiritual like angels. Angels don't need the mediation of material things and visible things and concrete things. They just see love right there. Boom. They intuit everything, and they don't need the mediation of corporality, of material, of concrete signs of love. We do, and so Cindy, she was a master of this. The seasons, the change of seasons, she would have autumn flowers and or leaves. She would have, and Christmas, hello. She went all out for Christmas. Of course, that's part of our charism, the Holy Family, and the Incarnation and the birth of Jesus. So we have nativities all around, even the year around. But Cindy would go all out for Christmas and have the tree beautiful and have extra things on the mantelpiece, lace, like a doily, but a long one, depicting the mystery of Christmas with the infant Jesus and the Holy Mary and Joseph, the Holy Family, all of that. she would do go to the she would everything that she could direct, but with taste. It wasn't cluttered or anything. She always had a sense of taste. She wanted it good for Jesus. She wanted it good for those who visited us. So she would love that cup right there. And in fact, when we first got here, we started from somewhat scratch, and she would go out and buy things, and I'm still using them. They're still in the kitchen cabinet. Beautiful things for daily use. And then she bought a whole set of holly. She knew how I loved holly. Holly, bury the holly, deck the halls with boughs of holly, and a whole cabinet full of dishes, the whole thing, the creamer and all that other stuff for Christmas. She went to great lengths to make things special in Mary's little house. I remember one time she was going to the big department store down in the mall there, and she saw these curtains. The shower curtains. They were beautiful, rose, and she loved rose. Through this whole house, you'll see rose motifs, rose things. Anyway, but they only had one shower curtain, and we have one of those curtains that's a ring around. It's just one bar right around. And so she needed two, but they didn't have it. So she had them call the clerk, call the other department stores in this chain, and she really went to a lot of trouble to get two of them so they would be in our bathroom. Many people remark about those beautiful shower curtains, and they're just beautiful. Lace curtains. The house is filled with lace curtains. Even the kitchen has a somewhat lace, very sheer, beautiful designs. But there's lace curtains with all those valance and all that stuff. I don't understand. And in the front room and in the bedrooms, there are lace curtains. They're beautiful, very lovely and feminine, very a classic. And she cared about these things. And herself, my God, you would think we were very poor. And she would go to TJ Maxx and Value City that take in the closeouts from the big, the fashion things, the big labels, the designer things. And she would never buy anything unless it was on sale. Or when she went to the regular department stores, she would always wait till they're on sale. Then she would buy. I remember once, because we didn't have a lot of money, I remember one time she really loved this, I think it was a coat, some garment, and I saw how much she loved it, and say, Cindy, let's buy that. You buy that. We'll make it. No, she said, no, I'm going to wait until it goes on sale. It's too much, Jim. I'm going to wait until it goes on sale. Anyway, she waited, and then it sold out from under her. She went back, and it was off the rack. I know she was very sad, but she always but she had great taste. She looked like $1 million, not to turn heads, but she always wanted her members not to look odd or anything like that, but to look normal, to look modern, to look have the dignity and modesty and goodness of good taste and beauty, to enhance the womanhood, because that was one of our charisms, is to help women in their woundedness and help them to come to healing and to a good self-esteem. We'll get to those things later, but anyway, she had to live that by her own. Even though we couldn't afford all those designer things, she got these things at sales. She watched the sales and got them for a song. Another thing she did was she loved people, and she always had a gift for everybody, for the members, for our families and everything. One time we bought these cookie jars that represented that was a little crib, Jesus and Mary and Joseph and the shepherds and kings and the ox and the donkey. It was all in this cookie jar. the angel flying on the handle of the cookie jar. Anyway, she just didn't give my family just the cookie jar. She has, we were up all night working and doing a special recipe that she had. We call it Mary's Little House recipe. They were chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. Oh, they were good. But I had to do all the mixing because she had cardiomyopathy and she couldn't do that. It was real hard on her heart. Anyway, oh my God, it was so much work. And she had every one of those. My family's a big family. Well, all my siblings, and I had eight. We're eight, but minus me, there's seven. Then my mom, and so that was a lot of cookies. And then she made it for other people too, besides my family. Anyway, she wanted to do things and please others and do it right because she was a master of little things. I'm just the biggest maybe nerd in the whole world, and she was trying to make me look right, and everything, and I never said anything to the cleaners. I'm all wash and wear, get it going and get out of there. No, but she some of my best pants, she would make sure I would go to the cleaners so I wouldn't look like wash and wear. Because the first time you put those in the laundry, many of the fabrics, they look like they've been in the laundry and everything. She was very, very, very careful about me and about the house, about the dishes, and all those little details. And she when she chose a card, she just didn't. She always made sure it said what it's supposed to say and everything. She sweated the details. And many of our ministers caught that on. One of our ministers, I'm the leftover kid, so two of the families live right here in town, so they know what a terrible cook I am. My first boiled egg, I forgot it was boiling, and I answered the door. I was living alone at the time, on an Indian reservation, and I forgot it was boiling on the stove. It was in a little aluminum saucepan. And as I was visiting with the visitor, I smelled some horrible smell, sulfur, and just awful. I said, oh my goodness, I remembered it was that boil. So my first boiled egg, you can't boil an egg? Well, you're looking at one right here. The egg was completely like dust. And the saucepan was shriveled up like a ball because the water was all boiled out, and it actually made the saucepan. So here's you can't boil an egg Relihan right here. So anyway, but my point is, they send me these two families send me their leftovers, and I just that's what I live on, and I'm getting very apt, very good at the. At punching in the heat and the microwave. I might get carpal tunnel because I've been using that microwave in the same finger all the time. That's what I joke about the people. That's my cooking skills. Is putting it in the microwave. But anyway, the way they send it over, like one of them sent over. What was it? It was something really nice, something Spanish. But on the top of it was a cayenne, those red peppers with a little green top, a cayenne pepper. Now that's sweating the details. That's not only the gift of the super. I think it was gumbo, or I'm not gumbo, something Spanish. Anyway, they cared enough to put a little garnish on it. And he always does that. He sends over, last time, bay leaves or something on top, I guess. One time he sent over some pickles and stuff, and that wasn't garnish, but it was the flavor. But I didn't know it was a jalapeno. I bit into that. I never drank so much water in all my life. But anyway, those things, those little things, those little touches are so important in our lives.